Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day. My day was all right. This is your nightly news podcast on all of the topics I find throughout the day and am able to cover, giving you my opinions as somebody who aspires to be a politician after I graduate college. Thank you all for checking this episode out. This is episode 71, and today is June 5th. I believe it is Thursday. Hope all you guys are doing well, and let's get into today's recap. We've got a lot of interesting news today. A lot of topics on Elon Musk as he went on a tirade on Twitter, but we'll get to that shortly as we're opening up with the Trump administration segment per usual. The first topic we have today is Trump has imposed travel restrictions on 19 different countries. A new travel ban has been imposed by the Trump administration, blocking citizens from more than 12 or for 12 from 12 countries. I cannot speak. From easily traveling to the United States. In a video posted by Trump, he said, even more countries could be added as threats emerge around the world. 7 other countries also face partial restrictions. The travel ban will not target visa or green card holders and also features carve-outs for people whose entry serves U.S. interests. Countries with suspended entries include Libya, Sudan, Chad, the Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Somalia, Yemen, Iran, Afghanistan, Myanmar, and Haiti. Countries with restricted entry include Sierra Leone, Togo, Burundi, I believe that's how you pronounce that, Turkmenistan, Laos, Cuba, and Venezuela. Of course, there will always be restrictions for countries that don't directly agree with Washington or where it is generally unsafe to go to, but I'm not surprised about this. I do think it's unfortunate. Many people from these countries come to the United States looking for an opportunity, and those people will now be turned away. In the last 12 months, around 126,000 visas have been issued to nationals from these countries, with Afghanistan being the highest at 37,164. That's not how you say that number, but whatever. Many people come to the United States looking for opportunities from these countries, and it's sad, they won't have that option, especially from, Afghanistan. My freshman year, I had a teacher who was an immigrant from Afghanistan. She was my pre-algebra teacher. I've never been great at math. I've said that a few times, but my math skills are not there. But that is, the best grade I have, ever had in a math class. I truly learned, and I've never done, that well in a math class. And, you know, um, that just goes to show that, immigrants do come to this country and find success. My math teacher from freshman year, she was a legend. Haven't seen her in a long time since I changed schools since then, but won't leak her name on here, but she is a legend in my mind, and I will always appreciate how well she was able to teach me with math, because I've always sucked at it, but trying to get better. Moving on, Trump has announced an investigation into Biden's presidency. Trump has ordered an investigation into whether Joe Biden used an auto pen in office or not. I'm not joking. On Wednesday, Trump signed a presidential memorandum tasking David Warrington and Pam Bondi with investigating whether certain individuals conspired to deceive the public about Biden's mental state and unconstitutionally exercise the authorities and responsibilities of the president. In a statement to NPR, Biden called those claims ridiculous and false. Biden said, "This is nothing more than a distraction by Donald Trump and my apologies. By Donald Trump and congressional Republicans who are working to push disastrous legislation that would cut essential programs like Medicaid and raise costs for American families, all to pay for tax breaks for ultra-wealthy and big corporations." Leave Biden alone. Plenty of presidents have used the auto pen, going all the way back to Thomas Jefferson. If it were a real national security threat, it would have been stopped 200 years ago. This is just an excuse to distract you and tarnish Biden's legacy. I mean, this man, granted, He wasn't the most eventful president, and he didn't do the greatest job, I would say, in some regards. He supported the American people and spent a large amount of his political career working to support the American people. He created great programs that helped the lives of women in the United States, or did help the lives of women in the United States before they were cut by the Trump administration. And so much more. Granted, he ran a very conservative border policy and all of those things that I'm not particularly a fan of. He really did do some great things for the American people and our a country as a whole. So to say that he was a bad president really just isn't true. Moving on, Trump has appointed a Project 2025 intern to lead a counterterrorism unit. Donald Trump has hired 22-year-old Thomas Fugate, a former Project 2025 intern, to lead a counterterrorism unit. Fugate reportedly has no national security expertise and will lead a main hub for terrorism prevention in the United States. The official name of the department he leads is the Center for Prevention Programs and Partnership, or CP3 for short. Fugate graduated college at the University of Texas in San Antonio just a year ago and also worked with the Heritage Foundation for a period of time. He is also a self-described Trumplican, whatever that means. This is going to go so wonderful. I am so excited to see how much this yes man fails at his job. Why is a 22-year-old with no experience in running national security running a counterterrorism unit? I mean, come on, Donald. How many more lives do you have to put at risk? Is this really the best option you have? Because if it is, give me a job at this point. I may not have a lot of experience, but at least I know what not to do, and I guarantee you I can figure out a way to prevent terrorism rather than just being a yes man who allows anything to happen. I mean, come on. Come on. What are we doing? Seriously. Moving on, we've got a lot of topics today. Holy. Trump has revoked the requirement to provide the emergency reproductive care to women. The Trump administration has rescinded federal guidance that required emergency rooms to provide abortions if it would save the patient's life. This Biden-era program sought to help women that needed emergency abortions for any reasons to stabilize and treat women after medical operations and during the operation. This under the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act, which required emergency rooms to use Medicare dollars to provide an exam and stabilizing treatment to patients. If you need more proof that Trump is evil, here it is. Trump would rather let women die than get them help that could save their lives. This is sick, but not shocking, as Trump doesn't have the greatest track record with women. I hope this is taken to court, as pregnant women across the country should be filing a lawsuit against the Trump administration, because this puts their lives at risk, and it's not okay. Moving on to our final Trump topic today, Trump has called out Elon Musk. In a true social post, and as a response to the tirade by Elon Musk, more info coming on that next, Trump has claimed that he doesn't care about Musk turning on him and defended his budget bill. In his post, Trump wrote, "I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, and the biggest tax cut ever given. If this bill doesn't pass, there will be a 68% tax increase and things far worse than that. I didn't create this mess, I am just here to fix it. This puts our country on a path of greatness, make America great again." Oh, I don't know what that was. At least I don't have to read straight lies when I read a tweet from Musk. I mean, this bill is going to increase the deficit and will not provide a tax cut. The fact is, I'm pretty sure this budget increases the taxes we have to pay because we will have so much more debt, and it adds so much more to military spending Not to mention, it cuts programs and adds it to programs that don't impact the American people. I mean, this budget is stupid, and it cannot be passed. So please call your senators, let them know that you don't stand for this, and neither should they. Moving on to a large segment today, as Elon Musk went on a tirade on Twitter against Donald Trump, we have over 6 topics, maybe. We're going to count. Hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6 topics today on some of Musk's tweets. Of course, this isn't all of them. I cannot cover all of them. He went on a rant. But, I mean, this is, some of what I believe to be the most influential, to say the least. The first topic we have today, or tweet if you will, is Elon Musk has said Trump wouldn't have won without him. And in his continued tirade from yesterday, Elon Musk called out Trump for the budget bill, along with many other things. Musk wrote in a post on Twitter, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House, and Republicans would have a 51 to 90 to 49, holy dyslexia moment, in the Senate. Trump claims otherwise, saying he would have won Pennsylvania anyways, and he was disappointed by Elon for having a problem with the bill." Trump and Musk's relationship continues to crumble day after day, and this says a lot. The public feuds are not only entertaining to watch, but hilarious. If Musk comes out and says he rigged the election, I will truly be ecstatic. I mean, I've spent all day jumping and cheering with joy witnessing this, and I mean, I really, really hope Elon Musk sends out a tweet saying that he rigged the election with Donald Trump. Moving on to another tweet, Elon Musk has suggested creating a new political party. In a new post on Twitter, Elon Musk has suggested making a new party. In his post that included a yes or no poll, he wrote, "Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle?" As of writing, the poll stands at 81% and 19% no, and is currently pinned on his Twitter profile. Oh dear God. If Musk creates his own political party, it will serve the interests of the rich and himself, not the people. Let's be real on that one. Don't forget, the Nazi salute for one, and the fact that he has a company-owned city on the way with so much more. Elon is a bad man, and this party would be even worse. Would it gain any traction? Hopefully not, but, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with the amount of incels there are on Twitter. Moving on, we have a juicy one. Oh my gosh, we have a juicy one here for you guys. Elon Musk has confirmed that Trump is in the Epstein files. Granted, we all already knew this, but, this is just an interesting one to hear. In another post on Twitter, Elon Musk has come out saying the reason the Epstein files aren't public is because Trump is in them. In his tweet, he wrote, "Time to drop a really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." He would reply to the tweet he made he replied to the tweet he made, "Mark this as proof. Mark this post for proof in the future. The truth will come out." Elon has since spent the day retweeting proof of Trump, being involved with Epstein from multiple accounts. I mean, granted, we all already knew this, but, get to see that, Elon is finally seeing the light. I mean, whatever, I guess. I mean, most of us knew this, but nobody involved with the current administration has really said anything. Elon has been ruthless. It's truly been entertaining to watch. Granted, yes, he's throwing a fit because the administration he bought, isn't going the way he wanted. But hey, I'm not complaining to see the downfall of both Trump and Elon. Elon can't save his ass, but he can ruin Trump, so I'll enjoy every minute of that, truly. Moving on, Musk says he is going to decommission a SpaceX spacecraft. After Trump claimed the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions of dollars, is to eliminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts, I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Elon Musk wrote in a Twitter post, "In light of the president's statement about the cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. I hope these contracts are terminated. We spend so much for most of these launches just to fail. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars. Rather than focusing on space, we should be focused on, saving our own planet from death and destruction. There is so much pollution. Climate change is a huge problem and destroys our planet every day. Not to mention, we don't need to go to space. And a majority of the people living on the planet aren't going to make it to space, just the rich people. I mean, let's be real. Any normal person, any normal run of the mill Joe is not going to be on a spacecraft going to Mars. It's going to be Katy Perry and Elon Musk at the head of the ship. And there's not much we can really do about it, but what we can do is vote and make our voices heard on how we feel about climate change. Make sure that we protect the planet as best as we can, because we cannot let Earth die. It's our planet, and it's where we all live. Moving on to another juicy one, Elon Musk has come out supporting the impeachment of Donald Trump. In another big turn, Elon Musk has come out supporting the impeachment of Donald Trump, saying yes with a retweet of another post. And the tweet Musk reposted, it reads, "President versus Elon, who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached and JD Vance should replace him." A huge move and statement from the world's richest man. That continues the massive public breakup between Trump and Elon Musk. The tea is crazy. I mean, JD Vance is 10 times worse than Trump. We'll be real on that one for a second, but they both need to go. I did not expect this, I'll be honest. This whole ordeal has exploded way more than I could have ever figured. But, to spend all the money just for, this breakup, wow, it's beautiful. Please give me more. Please. I am foaming at the mouth. Moving on to our final tweet today, Musk says Trump's tariffs will cause a recession. And another post calling out Trump, Elon Musk has said the tariffs will cause a recession. In his Twitter post, he wrote, "The Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of the year. Elon's companies have struggled because of a list of reasons, including the tariffs, so it's not shocking to hear this comment, but the tirade continues." Once again, more facts from Elon. The tariffs are bad for business and the economy, not to mention the impacts they have on trade relations. Tariffs are bad, plain and simple. So I hope we get an end to that garbage soon. But Trump's too stubborn to do so. Before I move on from this topic, just want to once again remind you that Elon is still the bad guy. Yes, these tweets may make him seem like he's on our side, but let's be real with ourselves. He's not and never will be. Remember the Nazi salute. Remember the data he stole. Remember all the jobs he stole. He has done so much damage, not just within the federal government, but within his whole life. He is the problem that needs to be solved, so don't allow him to get away with what he has done. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Holy. Moving on into the other news segment today, senior advisors have called for Musk's deportation. Steve Bannon has called on Trump to investigate Elon Musk's immigration status and deport him. Bannon told the New York Times, "They should initiate a formal investigation of his immigration status because I am of the strong belief that he is an illegal alien and he should be deported from this country immediately." During an appearance on his live stream, Bannon said, "Elon Musk is illegal. He has got to go. He is illegal. Deport immediately. You're going to ship these other people home. Let's start with the South Africans." Okay. The saga continues with a new character in the mix. I do wonder what happens to all these South Africans who have been brought in. I strongly believe that is one of Elon Musk's ideas, and he was a key factor in what brought those farmers here. But, this is something I've been saying for a while now. If we're going to deport all these people, let's start with the most famous illegal immigrant, Elon Musk. He's polluting low-income areas. He buys the elections and so much more. Get him gone. He's a problem. Moving on, we have some unfortunate news as the most unemployment claims have been filed in the past since the past 8 months. In the English. Anyways, the US unemployment rate is rising rapidly as currently we have the largest amount of unemployment claims in the since since 8 months ago. New applications for jobless benefits have reached its highest of 247,000 in the final week of May, which is 8,000 more since the week higher. Um, these claims have floated between 200,000 and 250,000 since COVID, but seem to be growing rapidly. This isn't shocking. The job market is horrid right now. It is impossible to find a job at all because nobody's hiring and nobody wants to pay a living wage. I'm not surprised that the trade war has made it worse because products are expensive. Trump is ruining the economy and he's ruining our lives. He needs to be removed. Moving on to our final topic today, the FBI has arrested two Chinese nationals for traveling with a bioweapon. Two Chinese nationals have been charged with conspiracy to smuggle a dangerous fungus into the United States that could have potentially been used as an agricultural bioweapon. Jian Yuqing, 33, and Liu Zhengyong, 34, has faced federal charges including conspiracy, making false statements, and visa fraud. The fungus is a Fusarium grammarium, which studies have classified as potentially an agroterrorism bioweapon. The pathogen causes head blight disease in major crops, including wheat, barley, maize, rice, and which results in billions of global agricultural losses annually. The fungus produces toxins, causing vomiting and liver damage, and even causes reproductive defects in humans and livestock. This is crazy and could have been extremely dangerous for farms around the country. I'm glad to hear that this was stopped because I don't even want to imagine the impacts it could have had. It could have put farmers out for years worth of crops, maybe even more, and hopefully, or thankfully, not hopefully, that won't be the case. So let's not see one of those come into the United States again anytime soon. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching this recap episode. If you are on YouTube, please consider subscribing. We're on our way to 500 subscribers. It's been a lifelong goal of mine to, get a YouTube play button one day. So hopefully we can get that. But, if not, consider subscribing. Drop a like, drop a comment down below. We're going to get there soon. If you're on Substack, please consider pledging your support. All funds go to me to help me pay for the things that I'll need to pay for in college, like food, clothing, all those kinds of things. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. I truly do appreciate all forms of support you guys give me on this content. It means the world to me, and I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. But that being said, hope you all enjoyed this really long episode of tonight's news recap, and I will see you all tomorrow.